Welcome to the next video in the series of basic electricity and its terminology. In this video we are going to understand the concept of voltage in the electrical terminology. As we all know from the understanding of how the current flow in the wires if we connect those through a battery which is having negative and positive terminal. And this current flow is a result of the pressure or the force in the battery, which is derived from the energy that a mass of negative charges and positive charges accumulated at the negative and positive terminals due to the internal chemical action of a battery has by virtue of its position. This energy is normally termed as potential energy. To better understand how the potential energy exists, when you raise a mass to a certain height relative to ground, then the mass is storing some energy and there is a difference between the energy at that raised height to ground. The stored energy by the mass is nothing but potential energy, and the difference between the 2 points is referred as potential energy difference. Likewise, in the battery the negative charges and positive charges are raised to the respective terminals from their relative positions of their orbit in the atom. This results in the accumulation of energy at different terminals between negative ions at negative terminal and positive ions at positive terminal. This difference is termed as potential difference between two terminals. One is at higher potential, positive, and another one is at lower potential, negative. So, whenever you release the mass, it falls down to the ground losing the energy in the travel. Same as in the battery, when we connect the wires between the terminals positive and negative, then the charge in the wire gets enough potential energy to move through the wire from the higher potential, and utilize its energy in the electrical equipment and return to the lower potential. Here I am using conventional current flow for better understanding. As we discussed, the difference between this lower potential and higher potential is nothing but a potential difference, and the unit of potential difference is volt. A 1 volt of potential difference exists between 2 points, if 1 joule of energy is utilized to move 1 coulomb of charge between 2 points. Therefore, voltage is an indication of how much energy is utilized to move a charge between 2 points, or between positive terminal and negative terminal. The voltage between the 2 points can be determined by. In the concept of understanding the voltage, there are so many confusions with regards to the terminology using in the electrical circuits related to it, that includes voltage, potential, potential difference, voltage difference, drop or rise, and electromotive force, EMF. Voltage is the pressure, or force to move the charge from higher to lower terminals. Potential is the strength where it refers, like positive terminal is at higher potential and negative terminal is at lower potential. Potential difference is the difference shown at one point with respect to another point, like the value of higher potential with respective to lower potential. Basically, positive represents higher value, let's say 12, and negative, or ground, represents lower values 0, so the difference between the 2 points is 12 volts. Voltage difference is the algebraic difference of all the voltages in the circuit, or, simply it is termed as potential difference. EMF is the force which develops to motivate the charge to move in the circuit, basically referred it in electrical sources like generators. At one point of view, all the terminology related to voltage are same and used interchangeably. But for understanding purpose of this terminology, we can have a keen observation in the difference of their definitions and the situation of usage.